Number 6.
Yeah, crack it open.
Hang on.
Crack
wait,
it.
wait,
You can
wait.
do it in the mic.
Shh,
You
shh,
can
shh.
do it in the mic. Do it in the mic. Do it in the mic. Yeah, get it in there. Oh, what a sound.
That's different.
Yeah, cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Congratulations to us for the release of the very first Odyssey Strength podcast.
Hey, this is actually blue. I didn't realize it's actually blue. Sorry, let's not get distracted. So today is, day of recording this one, 31st of May. Release of the first episode.
The next one will be recorded in the next 45 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to double it up for the people.
Listen, the
But
goal...
wait, I wasn't done.
Oh, okay, sorry. Excuse me.
Episode 1, released 2 days.
2 days.
So 29th.
29th.
29th of May. Go listen to it, fuckers.
Yeah, if you liked it, let us know.
If you're listening to this and you haven't listened to episode 1, go fucking listen to episode 1.
Yeah.
Don't do the dirty.
Yeah, don't do that to us. But like, basically, what we're saying is we're dedicated... Anyway, we're just getting caffeinated, so we're going to get so cracked out on this. We're dedicated to bringing you consistent content, no days off. You know why? Because who's going to carry the boats? Who? We are.
They don't know me, son.
Yeah, that don't know me. Do you know how many TikToks I see of that now?
Do you know how many videos you've sent me of David Goggins? I go
Okay.
into the shared messages and it's just David Goggins all
So
the
for
time.
anyone who doesn't know,
Which none of you will know.
yeah, but that video of David Goggins where he's on the incline chest press and he's like yelling, "They don't know me, son." We're addicted to that video because it's if we're having a day where we feel like we can conquer the world, we just send that to each other and we tell each other we're having a Goggins day because I feel like every day is a fucking Goggins day.
Everyone has those days.
Everyone does it.
But it feels good. I look at it and I'm like, actually, sorry, I look at it like this. All right. Yeah, man, let's do this.
You're like, all right, give me some caffeine and we're ready to go.
Roll me out of bed. No food. Straight to work.
Yeah, because we're dieting at the moment.
Yeah, let's do diet updates.
Yeah.
Because if you listen to episode 5 and 4 and 3 and 2, you'd know that we're dieting.
Yeah, even though by the time this comes out, we won't be dieting anymore.
No, you'll see
We'll be tanned.
Euro spec.
Yeah, which is not healthy at all.
Don't worry about that. We don't have to talk about the health about it. Sorry, just having a sip. Give me a diet update. Go.
Look, bro, it's pretty good. I was 83.2 this morning. Started the cut at 85, 86.
Oh, how many weeks?
We're in week 3 or 4 at the moment.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's gone
Out
good.
of how many?
Out of 6.
You're doing 6?
Yeah, well, I leave in 3 weeks. Well, 2.5 if we count this week. So, training performance has definitely declined a little bit. I find that, you still have that energy in the beginning, but then towards the end of the workouts, you definitely start to like fade a little bit. Are you all good, brother?
That just turned down.
Maybe.
I don't know. Sorry, we're not technical. We're not camera people, so just getting the lighting right. I look a little bit washed out,
You're just pale.
I'm already white enough as it is.
But yeah, no, like I think just the training performance has definitely dropped a little bit, but it's just towards the end of the workouts. I feel like in the beginning you get a good pump, but it doesn't stick around. It fades quite quickly. Energy towards like the third and fourth of your like working sets, you definitely don't feel as energetic or like you can move the weight. Like I did back on, when was it, Sunday, and yeah, it just felt like towards the end I was like, oh, this is hard. Like just still trying to push those last 2-3 reps, but mate, that's where the magic happens.
Yeah, it's interesting. So you're not going to ask me about my diet update? So
No, bro, I assume that you're already gonna give it to me anyway because you know that I care about you so much that I want to hear it.
Throw up.
Oh, by the way, just so we know, Giannis doesn't love me. I tell him every day, I say, I love you, and he never says it back. Say it on the podcast so all of them know.
I don't want to break your heart on national television. They might air this on ABC.
It's all right, you already broke my heart. It's all right, you're in business with me. There's no way
That's
out now.
it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's enough.
No, but I want to hear the words.
Yeah.
My love language
Keep
is
waiting. Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. I need my words of affirmation.
One's physical touch.
Come here, brother.
So, week 2.
You're in week 2.
I'm week 2.
You're
Out
okay.
of 5 or 6.
Yeah,
Si-
nice.
let's just say 6 for ease of talking about it.
Yeah,
Started 82, down 79.4.
very nice.
I feel horrible.
Yeah.
I felt better than I did last week in terms of
When you say horrible though, what do you mean by horrible?
just training wise. Like when you're talking about training and how everything feels heavier.
Yeah.
And you know, like the pump's still there. Still catch pump.
It's just not. It's not as much of an oomph to the pump, you know.
Yeah, like, and I think definitely it's a mental battle when it comes to picking certain weights.
Yeah.
Dumbbell shoulder press 2 weeks ago, 30s.
Yeah.
That's right, 30s. The big boys.
You heard that right. Yeah.
24s this week.
Yeah. It's just.
And I went, I was like, you know what? But it's all relative.
I think we need to get into this because we were discussing it in the car on the way here, and I was like, yeah, we need to wait to the podcast here. Take your sip, get it in ya. Yeah.
That's so good. Wow.
3D sponsor us.
Berry Blue 3D. I'll happily have 10 cans on the table if you want. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Free advertising.
We might need a defibrillator as well, but it's okay. Anyway, so I think what people don't understand, like we were saying this in the group chat the other day, it's like I find pressing strength, especially overhead, is the first thing to like sort of fade in a diet. Yeah. When I'm dieting, I always find my pressing strength, my overhead pressing strength is the first thing to just go. It sucks because you're like, those are movements that personally I'm not already very, very strong at. So when I see them go down, I'm like, oh, this is annoying. Like,
this is the end.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, what's the point? Why do I even train?
Yeah, it was interesting. Like I did it this morning. The session was this morning. So I was there and I was like, you know what? I know already that I'm not having enough food going into the session.
Yeah.
And then obviously the food after, I've had to space out meals, probably haven't had enough food like over the next couple coming days going into that session as well. So I wasn't expecting miracles, but it is definitely something that I think I and others, maybe even you as well, need to think about when you are training while dieting. And I don't mean just like a little pissy conventional diet, because that's not what this is. So let's preface that.
Well,
this is not a normal...
We've said it in previous episodes, like we're not actually condoning to a lot of people what we're doing right now.
No way. I'd go against it, if anything.
Yeah, exactly. We said it in the past. It's like we're doing a very aggressive diet for a very short amount of time. I actually made a video that I haven't released yet, but I literally said when it comes to dieting, you don't want to actually spend too much time in that zone. It's just not fun, for one, and two, it's not actually necessary to be there for such a long time. You want to get in and get out. That's like the aim of like the game. That's why when I preface to people who are going to come in and have the goal to lose weight, I'm like, you know, we might have to do this in chunks.
Yeah. You
know, 12 weeks at a time, and then like take maybe a month or two to like live a life.
I see. For me, if you diet for 12 weeks, you have to do maintenance for 12 weeks, if not 16.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Yeah. I think because like living 6 months out of your life, unless you have a time-sensitive goal that requires for you to do a photo shoot, step on stage or whatever, anything like that,
really
sport specific, then there's no need for you to be doing it for the 24 weeks that people might be doing it, that you see online.
100%. Yeah. Instagram glorifies the fuck out of diets.
Bro, I really want to get into this because
let's get into it.
Before we do, I wanted to ask you, when are you hungry?
So interestingly enough, the first week I was hungry all the time.
And you get used to it.
This week, I think after, so yesterday.
Morning or afternoon though?
Afternoon.
Really?
Morning.
Me in the morning, I wake up and I'm like, I need food now.
See, I'm not generally a big eater in the morning anyway.
Same. But
really?
For some reason, this time round, like when I did it last time, it was like sweet in the morning. But this morning, like 6:30, I was like, I had to eat something.
I need to be busy though. If I'm not busy, I start thinking about food or
even when I'm busy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I had an apple this morning.
Nah, I need a meal. Like cream of rice is the main meal of my day. That fills me up the most. So I try and push that back to like midday, 1 o'clock. But in the morning, like I'll have my chicken and rice because I don't actually feel like that fills me up as much as what the cream of rice does.
Why don't you split your cream of rice into 2 meals?
Because I like having the big portion.
Really?
And then I'll have
how much are you having?
70 grams.
That's not a big portion.
For me, it is.
Really?
Yeah, well, I put 2 scoops of protein powder in there as well. Yeah.
Okay.
2 scoops.
I would say, well, I'm giving you recommendations now on.
Yeah, well,
go. Bro, why am I look like fucking Casper. That's better. I got that Euro tan back. 100 grams of rice flour,
Oh, like 50-50.
or close to it, but more close. So I think
That's a lot of calories, though.
300. I
Are
tracked
you
it.
sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. I
Yeah,
tracked
okay.
it. Look, it's all about the carbs and whatever. You have to find out the split. But I found that having more of the cream of rice fills it up more.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So obviously, well, like it depends how much protein you're gonna have in that meal.
Yeah,
What is it, like 80?
What I've been doing at the moment, about 80 or 60.
Is it?
Yeah, well, 30 grams.
Is it 30 grams a
Yeah,
scoop?
yeah.
okay.
Or 25, so it's 50.
Something.
Yeah. So I've been doing like a chicken rice in the morning. Kind of just gets me through my morning sessions, and then after that, I'll go and have the cream of rice before training, and then after training,
I've noticed as well though, you can stomach meals very close to training.
Yeah, I'm fine. Like if anything, I probably feel better.
Like 30, 20 minutes before
Yeah,
training. I've
bother
seen
me.
you eat and then go and train like 15 minutes
doesn't
later.
bother me at all.
Oh man, I'll be burping and shit.
Nah, if I space it out too much, I actually don't feel as energized. Personally, this is
So
completely anecdotal.
You're
like,
a weirdo.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, I'm left-handed, left-footed, and I can stomach food before training. What of it? I'm just built different.
Animal.
Athlete. #athlete. But yeah, I've been finding like just the mornings for some reason so much hungrier this time around.
What are you doing to kind of, obviously you're having that meal, but you wake up 4, when are you having the meal?
6.
Hear that, ladies and gentlemen? 6 a.m. chicken and rice.
Yeah.
Any veg?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. I love the fiber.
Yeah, 100.
Sauce?
A little bit of barbecue sauce.
You like a bit of barbecue?
I love a bit of barbecue. It makes chicken and rice so much better. Everyone,
Barbecue is fucking hectic.
bro, everyone in the
Favorite sauce?
office,
Barbecue.
everyone in the office goes, "Oh, that smells so good." I'm like, it's literally just a barbecue sauce.
You can make it yourself.
Yeah, like
But no one wants to fucking cook.
Yeah, I know. It's not that hard, man. It's really not. I don't know why people need to overcome. Like, I feel like the industry's gone in a way where it's like, oh, meal prepping is like, it doesn't need to be done. You can be flexible with your calories and your macros. It's like, bro, like
You can, but it takes longer.
it takes longer. It's like, why do I want to sit there on my phone trying to work out how much my blueberry muffin is for with the cafe that order I've got when I could just literally make my fucking food?
Why did you say that? Blueberry muffin, McCafe, gun. Gun.
Yeah,
McCafe
but
blueberry muffin.
You're also someone who's
460 calories or
yeah,
500.
you're someone who used to have 500 grams of carbs a day, close to 1,000.
580.
580. There you go.
Unreal.
But I wanted to get onto the fact of how much being lean, bodybuilding, being shredded is glorified. And this is coming from two people who absolutely loved that sport. You care to add anything to that? Or you
No,
just
it's good.
stare
I was gonna let you go.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All right. No, because I've got a client who's come to me. He's going to do a photo shoot at the end of the year. And he's gone, look, if this goes well, I want to compete. And I said, Matt, like, I'm happy. I would love, like, it's been a goal of mine to want to do that. I haven't had someone do it. Obviously, I'm going to reach out to people like Jason and a good friend of mine, colleague Liam, to sort of help me coach through that process and mentor me. But I just prefaced with him, I was like, just so you know, like, this isn't going to be all fun and games.
Yeah.
And I don't say this to anyone to scare them or anything like that. It's like dieting for long periods of time just isn't fun.
Yeah, it's definitely like, obviously speaking from my experience now, having done no formal diet prior to this, I can see how it is a very emotional process. Like
well, we've literally discussed this so many times on the podcast.
yeah,
Like, I think almost every podcast we've kind of come back to this, and it's like how I've experienced it, because this is really your first time dieting, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
properly.
it's my first
exposure.
plan.
Yeah.
Like I was a very skinny kid. I put on a bit of size, but I was still lean because I play soccer 6 times a week.
Yeah.
But then, having put on the 10 kilos from July will be 2 years since working with Jason.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Big note about that. 2 years you've been with a coach, and you've made significant progress.
yeah, one of my clients said, do you think it was worth it? I said, hands down. I would probably still be fucking around with my program and changing my nutrition. I think I changed my nutrition like every 2 months in the hopes that I would hit the next big fucking breakthrough or whatever it was. Like, I thought this is the next one. This is the next one. Like, almost like fad dieting.
Yeah.
Like, let's do a bulk. Let's do 4,200 calories.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think I was very much like you. It's like, I think a lot of people are in that position now. So if you're listening to this and you're someone who's like, this is the one where it's going to change everything, it doesn't exist. Like, it just doesn't. And I was thinking about it today in one of my sessions. I was like, damn, like my clients at the moment are just really, like, I'm proud of them. Like, they're just really.
Everyone's killing it.
Everyone's killing it. Like, everyone who's dieting for like Europe or going to some sort of like goal, they're just working towards it. And I'm like, hold on a minute. These are the ones that have actually been with me the longest, like retention wise. I was looking, I was like, fuck, retention is really good. Like, that's something I think I'm excelling in at the moment. I'm like, what? I must be doing something right here. And I'm like, they don't realize how much has changed in the amount of time they've been. And they haven't actually been like, oh, like I made it. They're just doing it.
Yeah, you get so invested in the process rather than going,
yeah,
that's what I want. I want that instead of looking at what you need to do to get there.
100%. And it's just like, if you stop thinking that this is the one,
Yeah.
quote unquote, and just follow, tick the boxes, as we like to say, you'll realize that you'll probably just get there one day without even realizing it.
Yeah, and I'll be completely honest. There was times where I was like, oh, I feel really uncomfortable, like with the goal that I set, or I don't know if I have full trust. Because when I first met Jace, it was just a stranger. Like,
It's not like someone that you know now.
No, and it is, and that's how most coaching journeys happen. You know, you meet the coach, you're two strangers, and then whether you become friends or just that you have a good relationship with coach and client.
A good like client.
Yeah, that's all it is, which you need to have to get results, right?
100%.
But hands down, one of the best things I ever did, because now it's not only helped me get to my personal goal, you know, I'm a better coach because of it. And I think that is, this isn't for anyone listening who wants to be a client of ours, it's more other coaches. It's like, if you don't have a coach as a coach, especially if you're a younger coach.
Yeah.
I can't speak for 30
I think this
plus.
can apply to people as well who would want to be a client in general or has a coach out there. It's like, because it's funny because my clients even come to me with the knowledge now. Like, they know better. They understand. And I think just like the general knowledge is like, you know, you need to know these things.
Oh, I was taking it off the preface of like, if you need a coach, you should come to us anyway.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. But if you don't have
for coaching,
if you don't have a coach as a coach, I think you're missing out on
so much learning.
Oh man, it's unbelievable. Like the things I thought I knew, and then how they're actually applied on paper, and like, okay, so that doesn't equal that.
Not even that, bro. It's like we come on here, and I'm like, I say things. I'm like, oh, didn't even know I knew that.
Am I that smart?
Am I smart or something? Nah. But yeah, like on that topic as well with clients, like being educated. It's like I had a client. She's like, you know, I was like, how's the nutrition going? She was like, yeah, good. I was like, is there anything like you need? She goes, no. I was like, asked the question. I was like, you know, do you want to like do any tracking or anything? She goes, nah, like I don't feel like I need to. Should I? And I was like, look, like you're just getting stronger. You're building muscle. You know, she wants to grow her glutes and, you know, back, shoulders, whatever.
Join the club.
Yeah, like most girls wanted to, which is totally fine. And I said the only reason I would honestly use calorie counting for you is for educational purposes. For you to just have a better understanding of what's what, how much protein's in that, what does 300 calories of this look like versus 300 calories of that. And I think that's the only reason for this person in particular, like I would actually use that. But I was like, do you need that? She goes, no, like I have a good rough idea. I was like, give me a rundown of what your day's like. And it was fucking on point. So I was like, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and on the flip side of that, I spoke to a client this morning who I had just recently, and I spoke about this in previous episodes, go listen to them to get context, brought her onto calorie tracking and macro tracking after she said she was adamant on not doing it. Now, one of the big wins was I finally feel like I have an understanding of what I need to consume. Not what she's doing right now, because she might still be undershooting what she needs to do, and she is. But that's fine because now she's aware of it, so now you can make the change. If you're not aware that you're doing it, you can't put a plan in place to go and fix it.
Yeah,
that's like the biggest thing. So you essentially like, I don't think denial is the wrong word. Ignorance.
Yeah, it's like if you have a credit card and you keep tapping, and then you get the bill at the end of the month, and you're like, where did this come from? It's like
my card got stolen.
You're like, oh, I didn't know I ate 600 calories in 1 hour that time.
All those drinks. They have calories in them.
Yeah.
What?
That blueberry, the 300 calorie blueberry,
300. Where are they? Fucking 600.
disappearing.
But yeah, it's just going to come down to, I think, being more aware and then being able to say and make the informed decision. Okay, now I'm aware that I'm doing this. Do I care enough to change it? Yes. No. That's up to the client.
Yeah. And yeah, going back to what I was saying, like in regards to the glorifying of being super lean and whatnot, it's like you need to just understand no matter what phase of your training you're in, you just need to understand what the consequences are of what you're doing. It's like if you're going through a period where you're trying to build muscle, then sometimes feeling really full is going to be part of that process. Feeling bloated might be part of that process, depending, of course, on some of the things that you eat. But it's like, you know, get comfortable with feeling a little bit full. And
well, yeah, this is the conversation again today. I know I have a lot of conversations. I like talking with my clients because
I mean, so we should. you kind of fucking hope so.
He said, you know, I'm officially under my goal weight of 9. Wait, I want to be a bit lower.
Yeah, I looked at the camera and I was like, hey.
Oh, is that better? I don't know. I'm officially under my goal weight of 90. He's at 89.5 or something. And I was like, anyway, arbitrary numbers for anyone listening, but that was his goal. Okay. He was at 95.
Yeah.
No calorie tracking. Just I put him onto those core power food.
It's so good, man. Although a little bit of a rant on that.
Fucking
$9 at fucking Woolies today.
$7 Coles brother.
Yeah, I was pissed off. I was like, I might as well get Bondi meal prep.
Listen, Coles and Woolies, I don't know. I'm a bit.
Yeah, actually,
I don't know.
Here's a bit of a public poll out there. Coles or Woolies?
Are you a fresh food person? Or are you a down price of staying down person?
I like the price of staying down at the moment.
Yeah, I'm both, man.
Look,
whoever's got cheaper prices, I'm there.
Honestly, I shop at both. I get my charisma potatoes from Coles, and I get my my meats from Woolies.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, whoever's cheaper,
I'm willing to go, because when I do shopping, I go Woolies, and then I do get my steps in, and I go to Coles. Beautiful. Kill two birds with one stone.
While you're there, go to Aldi.
Yeah, why not?
Actually,
Aldi has great frozen fish.
I don't eat frozen fish.
No, the salmon fillets there, like it's like $15 and you get like 12.
Talk to me when I'm bulking again and I'll consider it.
Yeah, get it. Get on it.
Now I'm only on 40 grams fat, so we don't muck around with fats, bro.
Yeah, but deficit, so it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Health, don't know what that is.
Yeah, who cares?
Well, talking about the dude, my client, sorry.
Sip your caffeine.
No,
again
it's
so
all
you
right.
can
It's
remember.
making me itchy face.
Yeah. Let it equalize a bit.
And he said to me, okay, I wanna look a little bit leaner, but I don't want to lose size. I said, you need to understand that there's going to be two appearances. You're either going to look big in clothes or you're going to look good without clothes.
Yeah.
I said, being fuller and being a little bit more, not less lean, put it that way, nice way to put it.
Yeah.
More chunker.
Yeah.
You're going to fill out the clothes. You're going to look mad.
Yeah.
And for most people, that's okay because you spend however much percentage of your life.
85% of your time.
You spend a lot of time in clothes.
Yeah.
Right?
I'd hope so.
You'd hope so. If your work says you have to.
Yeah. Or you work.
Yeah. Or you are lean. You don't look that great in clothes. But, you know, if you're going on holidays or you just want to be a little bit leaner, you look good without clothes on.
Yeah.
It's like you need to toss up which one you're thinking about is more desirable for the time.
Yeah.
He said, oh, do I have to track my calories to do that? I said, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
But it helps. And I said, but the main thing would probably be you only walk like 3,000 to 5,000 steps a day. Why don't you try and stay how you are now with all the habits that you have? Because before, you know, 2 days a week of training was a struggle. Now it's 4 every week, which is fantastic, right? So we built to that point. I said, why don't you, instead of trying to do everything at the same time, just increase your steps to about 8,500, right? Because that's a big jump anyway.
Yeah.
And
huge.
see the result that you get from that. Because then you can say, okay, that variable's done. I've used that to death. Now we might focus on the food.
Yeah, well, this is the thing that
they're like little sliders. So the
there's,
food comes down.
There's
and
two variables that you're constantly trying to
you like the sliders, huh?
You like the sliders.
We'll get infographics for you. Sliders.
Damn, put it up there.
Do this like that.
Yeah, there's two variables that you're playing with when it comes to fat loss, and even when it comes to gaining muscle, it's like output and input.
Yeah.
You know, you're either going to do more output and you're going to keep the input the same, or you're going to maintain the output and bring down the input.
Yeah.
Those are the only two things that you're really going to be playing with.
Yeah.
And
Another example is Steph for her photo shoot. We had the conversation. Full disclosure, she doesn't think it's fast enough rate of loss. And you're in the chat where I asked for help. I asked for help as a coach. Fucking sue me, dog.
Yeah.
I said to her, okay, are you comfortable with me bringing your calories down? She said no. I said, okay, so we need to do more. So now we're going to cycle 3 times a week. And she fucking loves cycling.
Yeah.
Go cycle.
Yeah, this is a funny thing as well, like what cardio is best for fat loss, or like, and this is the thing as well. It's not that cardio is necessary for fat loss, but you know,
because you did it without, eh?
Yeah, I did 15,000 steps a day. I don't know about you, but I consider that cardio.
I don't.
Really?
Your heart. See, for me, cardio is heart rate.
Yeah, no,
heart
of
rate
course. Yeah, I
elevation.
do agree with that. I do.
I think you had more expenditure
Yes.
Beyond a normal person's expenditure.
Yeah.
Nah, cardio for me is elevated heart rate.
I usually say anywhere between like 120 BPM is usually, because when I was doing with the other coach that I had, who I won't name, he had me minimum I had to do 120 BPM.
Yeah.
At that rate. And I couldn't start the timer until I was at 120 BPM.
Listen, it's actually 60 to 70% of your heart rate max, which is 220 minus your age for a rough calculation. Thanks very much
There you go.
for listening to my podcast.
But yeah, no, and I had the same conversation with Noah because she's dieting, and I brought her food down pretty low because I was like, let's just get in and get out. Let's just do it. I trust her. I feel like she's a coach as well. I was like, you could probably handle it. Look, I'm not going to lie. Oh, what a shame. I'm a coach and I made a fucking mistake. Sue me. I think she just wasn't ready for that low calories. It's not easy. As I said, this is not like what we're doing is not for everyone, and going that low, although sometimes is necessary depending on the context of the situation.
Yeah, I don't want to make it sound like we're really reckless and just love dive bombing people's calories.
Yeah.
It's pick and choose. Like,
But it's not.
remember the females that we have spoken about for context,
Have been with us for a long time.
like they're about 5 foot.
Yeah.
They're tiny.
Yeah. And I think,
Sorry, Noah and Steph.
there's nothing wrong with dropping your food really low. Again, context dependent. And there's also nothing wrong with not doing it. It just really depends on the circumstance and the client. Like if I hear someone's on 1,200 calories, I'm like, yeah, like, but for how long?
Are you 5'8"?
Yeah.
4'8".
Yeah, there's only so much you can, you can do cardio output wise.
Yeah.
You need to start removing food.
Or you got to do a longer diet.
Yeah. And I said this to her and I said, listen, she just didn't want to do it anymore. And we had the conversation. I said, fine, brought it up. But I said, but the output needs to go up. And I said, you got 2 options. We can do some cardio or you can increase your steps. And she goes, I don't want to do cardio. She's a powerlifter, which makes sense. 8 reps is cardio. So she increased the steps and it's been working. And you just, it's really important that you just have these conversations with your clients too, I think.
Or if you don't have a coach, I don't know, make friends with one, even if you don't trade any
Honestly,
money for it.
just fucking ask us.
You know,
like, seriously.
hang on. I wish there was a place where you could ask these questions. Fuck,
Do you? Do you know a place? I swear I know a place.
Wait, I think there's a Discord for it.
Is there?
No
way.
way.
Stop it.
Yeah, I might post a link for this one. I don't know. It's pretty.
Link in the description.
It's pretty exclusive.
I've always wanted to say that. Wait, let me say it one more time. Link in the description.
If you need to ask whether or not your approach is working or if it's suitable, jump in Discord. Ask us what you think. Well, what we think. Sorry, not what you think, because that's what you're asking. Fucking idiot. And we'll be happily give you our feedback. Now, might not be the feedback you want, so just be prepared for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's open to anyone.
Yeah, no, I think it's important to understand that there's certain protocols for a certain person, and you need it. That's why I think that long-term relationship with your clients is really important as well, because I don't love people who just want to not love. Sorry, let me rephrase that. It's like I don't think it's realistic to go to someone and be like, hey, I got 6 weeks to get ready for a holiday, and then I'm never going to come back.
It's so hard. I had that 8 weeks, and on the 8th week, they were like, I'm going. And I was like, what the fuck?
Well, look, if you want to hear about what it is that we actually offer and the process that we follow, okay, I'm just going to stop plugging everything. But basically, the process that we follow and the steps that we take when it comes to trying to get someone for whatever the goal might be, usually which is body composition or strength, we usually try and have some sort of period of habit setting, which is our sustainability type phase, where we're just trying to get the things in place, have your goals, making sure that they're realistic and we can get there. And then we start focusing on everything else. And then from there, it goes to your training. We deep dive into making sure you're accountable and your nutrition and the recovery side of things.
You're going to like this one.
Yeah. Let me
Ready?
go.
You got to make the car roadworthy before you take it on a trip.
On the journey.
On the journey. But I agree. Like if you're, and if even if your headspace, that's like one of the most overlooked things. And that sounds all wishy-washy, but it's like,
No, man, like, bro, doing
if you're stressed at work, how are you going to focus on diet? If you have kids, how are you going to focus on diet?
doing the mindset stuff for the app and just like,
Wait, we have a mindset module for the app.
yeah, we do.
If only the people could access that.
Bro, no one's going to listen to us. We sound like a marketing team.
Good. Good. Go sign up for the app. We've got everything.
Doing that was actually came very naturally to me just because the conversations that we have so much with our clients is so revolved around that. Now, I'm not going to claim that I'm a fucking therapist, but when it comes to the mindset that you need to approach your training and nutrition and goals with, then, hey, I know a thing or two. You know?
We'll probably implement it ourselves. Any conversation that you think you don't want to have in terms of like fitness and nutrition and training, blah, 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 we've had.
Yeah, no, 100%. And if we haven't had it with a client, we've had it with our own coach because like I've been in a position where it's like, fuck, dieting, feel shit.
Yeah.
What do I do sort of thing. We actually had some questions in the
Yeah,
Discord.
there was a lot of dieting. We're on the diet train. Sorry. Diet.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're going to be sick of us talking about our diet. It's like, yeah, diet.
it's actually just a platform for me to speak.
Yeah, honestly, the whole reason I got a podcast was
No
so
viewers?
I don't have to go to therapy
No
anymore.
viewers, I don't give a fuck. Don't worry about it. Okay.
I just don't want to tell my therapist, I'll tell you.
Mad. If it works, it works.
Okay, so a question we got was from shouts out Tim Zenos,
My client.
the Greek Adonis.
Looking big, bar.
Yeah, Giannis, you take it away because
Can you guys cover carb cycling and insulin sensitivity?
this is your area of expertise.
So I guess it comes down to what the purpose is. Why do you want to do it? Carb cycling is just
Explain
it's-
carb cycling. I feel like not a lot of people even know what insulin sensitivity is either.
it's a topic that I probably wouldn't even dip into, to be honest with you, because not a lot of people are going to have it unless you're overweight, you have PCOS, you have some sort of health condition that's going to make it maybe even like all the females menopause have trouble with carbohydrates, so their insulin sensitivity is different. So
Insulin's a fancy word for carbs.
it's just
Honestly, like I'm gonna be a little bit direct with this because you
you don't need to know about insulin sensitivity.
Yeah, like why?
Just go do more steps.
Yeah.
If you feel, here's a really blanket statement. If you have carbs and they make you sleepy, people go, oh, can't digest carbohydrates. Go for a walk after you eat pasta, rice, whatever it is. Try and move after you've had a bolus dose of carbohydrates, and that should fix any slumps that you're getting from the carbohydrates.
Yeah, and if you want to know more about insulin sensitivity, go listen to a dietitian because we're not qualified to really talk about it.
Yeah, it's can't be bothered.
It's like, how often have I used any carb cycling or insulin sensitivity conversations in my clients? It'd be 0.01.
Yeah, carb cycling is basically like you have a certain amount of carbohydrates you can eat in the week, and that's split up into 7 days. So it might be 200 a day. So it's 1,400 grams of carbs a week. 7 times 2.
You're looking at me like I know the answer to that.
7 times 2 is 14.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so 1,400 grams of carbs over the week, over 7 days.
Brother,
200 grams a
I
day.
dropped math in HSC.
Hey, listen and you'll learn, right? You might train 3 days of those week, 3 days of the week, right? So on the training days, you might choose to have more than 200 grams of carbs. You might have 300, which means on your other days, you need to reduce it so that it still equals 1,400 grams in the week. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all it
it's as
fucking
simple
does.
as that.
So if you get hungry on your rest days, you might choose to have a little bit more carbs and take it from your training days. If you get more hungry on your training days, you might take it from your rest days. It completely comes down to, what is your preference? Even with like scheduling as well. So like I know for me on training days, sometimes it was harder to get in 580 grams of carbs because that's a lot of carbs.
Yeah.
So I would choose to maybe have I don't know, 500 or something, and have the other 80 split over the weekend as well. Because the weekend is mad, and using the weekend as an example is a really good time where maybe you want to have a few more carbs, so you can have a few drinks or you can have a few more.
Yeah, but I think the label that
discretionary
we're
things.
using there needs to be sort of different. Like, it's not like, don't use carb cycling. It's just like, I am saving up my food that I enjoy for a certain day.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. To simplify, it's like, I want to eat more on the weekend because I spend time with my friends on the weekend. So I'm going to just eat a little bit less on this day and save some calories, or
It's just calories.
yeah,
That's
it's like,
all. Yeah.
that's it.
It's food from carbohydrates also.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Next one was from Adam,
My boy.
the lads. Travel and training, nutrition would be good with all the Euro trips coming up. Now, unfortunately, this is probably going to come out once we're all back. But anyway, we'll answer it anyway.
We touched a little bit on this the last couple of episodes, but nothing really serious, just shit talk, because that's all we do.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start with it?
Honestly?
Travel and training. So I think the biggest thing is most people think that they're going to shit the bed. I'm going to lose all their gains once they're overseas, or even if you go up to the coast for a weekend or Melbourne or whatever, wherever you go. Oh, I'm having a couple of days off the gym, or I'm maybe not eating right. I'm going to lose everything. Bullshit.
Nah, not going to happen.
It's funny, on the way over here, I read that.
I was about to say
That
you should refer to that.
The dietitian, Healthy Bod, Healthy Mind, I think her username was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't. She's not going to watch it, but I don't know her name.
I don't know who she is. But it was good content.
Yeah, so the story said 4 weeks of going away, I'm afraid I'm going to lose everything. And she worked it out that if you live to 80 years old, it's 0.096% of your life.
That's nothing.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
So really, it's more incentive to fucking eat everything.
Fucking send it, brother. Just have fun.
Yeah, and honestly, like, how much does a Europe trip cost? 4 weeks, 20 grand?
Yeah. Why'd you have to bring that up for?
Gotta tell the people. Let's just say 10. You know, if you're eating biscuits.
How much does it cost? It costs about 2 years of my life. That's what it cost.
Let's say 20 grand.
Yeah.
Right? Bro, eat the fucking croissants.
20 grand. Where are you staying?
Just a number. 15, whatever. Whatever you want.
Fucking 5-star hotels.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. That's my girlfriend. We're staying in Paris. Place had to have a balcony.
Well, I had a client who's leaving this weekend to go on a trip for 2 weeks. Huh?
Sorry, New York?
Yeah, New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I tell you that?
Nah, he told me.
Who?
No, you told me.
Yeah. And basically, shout out Ben Scott. He gave me some really good advice, and I think this applies to a lot of things, including nutrition, not just life and business, but choose your regrets.
Yeah,
And
that was a nice one.
Yeah, that was a good one, and it's just like, got to give credit where credit's due. Ben's the man. He's my other dad, so is Jason. But basically, it's like, which one are you willing to deal with? So would you go there and would you regret coming back and maybe having put on a kilo or two or losing a bit of muscle and then being like, fuck, all right, now I've got to get my shit together and earn all that back, or, get back on track sort of thing? Or will you come back and regret not spending more time doing the things that you probably would have enjoyed doing? Now, are you going to enjoy being more health conscious on a holiday, or are you going to enjoy, living a little? I mean, when I say living a little, it just depends on the person. It's not living if you enjoy what you're doing. So it's already living if you enjoy what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just loosening up the reins a bit.
Yeah, like personally, like
enjoying what the world has to offer.
Yeah, exactly. Personally, like when I'm going on my holiday, like I'm going for 8 weeks, and 8 weeks is a little bit longer, and there is argument to say that I could probably lose some muscle mass. I could probably lose some weight, whatever it might be.
Yeah,
but
what are you going to do with your nutrition?
I said this before. What am I going to do?
Today?
No, on like previous episodes.
Oh,
But
I go week by week.
I'll recap anyway. Yeah. If you go listen to the old episodes.
Yeah, fuck. Sorry, guys.
But I think what I'm going to do is just try and maintain some sort of protein intake. And when I say that, it's like, I don't know, like if there's, going to a convenience store and I see a protein shake, I'll probably just stock up on a few and just like keep them on me and have them in the morning, maybe throughout midday.
Are you going to take protein powder with you?
I don't know.
You're going 8 weeks.
Yeah, probably. I'll probably have like 1 or 2 a day, maybe 3, just because I know I'm probably not going to be eating that much food.
Yeah.
But then other things,
liquid diet.
liquid diet, yeah. And then the other things I'll be doing is like if I go out to dinners and stuff like that, you know, I'm probably
fish, chicken.
Yeah, steak, fish, chicken. But like also, bro, like if I'm in fucking Rome, I'm having a pizza. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like when I'm in Greece, I'm gonna have a gyros. But when I say I'm gonna make a little bit of my wiser decisions, like stock up on the chicken in the gyros or the beef or
2 chicken euros.
yeah, 2 chicken gyros. Like just make some informed decisions. And you know what, training wise as well, like you know,
Someone said to me, "Am I going to train?" And I already answered this. We had this discussion many times.
yeah.
I think I changed my tune.
You think you're gonna train
Yeah,
more?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
I think
because
2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I had the opportunity to, I will because I just like it.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's because I need to maintain my gains or I'm gonna look
fuck.
shit. It's a matter of like it genuinely, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy what I do, and this is what I say. Where it's like,
And it'll help my insulin sensitivity. actually, it does. To be fair.
yeah,
That's a good point as well.
It does help. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, no, I think I will probably train as well. Like try and get 2-3 sessions in a week. Maintenance volume, 2 sets to failure, done, full body. Fuck, that flew.
It's
I've only
easy.
had half of my 3D.
It's easy when you're talking to me.
I'll see you in 10 minutes.
So we'll have a break and then we'll come back.
Thanks, guys, for listening. If you've enjoyed the episode so far, give us a like, share, 5 stars. And if you really enjoy what you're hearing, then you could probably just sign up to the app, which is link in our bios and on the Instagram of odyssey.strength, as well as if you really, really love what you hear, sign up for coaching. You can DM either of us, inquire through the website, or just jump in the Discord and hang out with us.
Watch the YouTube because we look good.
Yeah.
Thanks,
sexy.
bye.